वेलकम टू सारिका स्टडी एकेडमी। तो आज क्लास 8 का न्यू सिलेबस चैप्टर नंबर 1 सोशल साइंस एस्टैब्लिशमेंट ऑफ यूरोपियन एंड ब्रिटिश रूल इन इंडिया, ये इस चैप्टर का सेकंड पार्ट है। ठीक है, पार्ट 2 है। ठीक है, पार्ट 1 ऑलरेडी अपलोड कर दिया है मैंने। ठीक है, जाके आप प्लेलिस्ट चेक कर सकते हैं, नहीं अदरवाइज मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में इसका लिंक दे दूंगी। ठीक है, अगर वीडियो पसंद आता है तो लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब कीजिए। तो हम 6 क्वेश्चन से स्टार्ट करते हैं। गिव हिस्टोरिकल रीजंस फॉर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट। फर्स्ट, द पोर्टुगीज केम टू बी नोन एज द लॉर्ड of the sea. The answer is Indian would have to seek permission for the Portuguese to trade by sea, since the Portuguese carried spices from India to Europe, and while returning they loaded their ships with horses from Central Asia. They were called the Lord of the Sea. Question 2. The Battle of Plassey is historically important. The answer is after they were victorious in the Battle of Plassey, fought in 1757 AD, the British obtained as much as 24 parganas of land of Bengal. Thus, they became ruler of an independent territory in India. They went from being traders to becoming rulers of the company. After this battle of the Nawab of Bengal was totally under the supremacy of the British company, and the British became the real ruler of Bengal. Thus, the foundation of the British rule was laid after the Battle of Plassey. This is why this battle is historically important. Question 3. The British became the proper ruler of Bengal after the Battle of Buxar. The answer is the Battle of Buxar was fought between the British and the joint armies of the Nawab of Bengal, Mir Qasim, the Nawab of Ayodhya, and the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam in the year 1764 AD. The British won this war as per the treaty signed at the end of the war. The British gained the Diwani rights to collect land revenue from Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa. Thus, after winning the Battle of Buxar, the British gained Diwani rights and became the proper ruler of Bengal. Question 7. Answer the following questions as required. In first question, the European people were forced to find a sea route to India. Explain the statement. The answer is, since ancient time, Indian goods like cotton and silk clothes, spices like black pepper, cinnamon and cloves, indigo, nitre, timber, opium, etc. were exported in great quantities to European countries. This trade between the eastern and western countries was carried out via land routes of Central Asia. At that time, the main center for trade between India and Europe was Constantinople. In 1453 AD, the Turks conquered the city of Constantinople, which was considered as the gateway of Europe. As a result, trade routes between India and Europe were closed down. Indian goods stopped reaching European countries due to Europeans mostly being non-vegetarian. They needed Indian spices very badly. Europeans could not do without Indian spices like black pepper, cinnamon, dry ginger, etc. and cotton cloth. Therefore, it becomes most necessary for Europeans to find a sea route to India. Question 2. How was India's economic state in ancient and medieval times? Give reasons. India was always the center of attraction for the countries around the world since ancient and medieval time. The answer is, during ancient and medieval times, India was a very precious country. In those days, there was a great demand for Indian cotton cloth, silk clothes, spices, cinnamon, indigo, saltpeter, building blocks, opium, etc. in the European market. Due to Europeans mostly being non-vegetarian, they needed spices like black pepper, cinnamon, dry ginger, etc. to preserve meat. As a result, along with Indian spices, Indian cotton cloth was also sold at very high prices. All these things would reach European countries via land routes through Iran, Iraq, and Turkey. Indian merchants earned a lot of wealth with the sale of this good. Due to such economic prosperity, India was always the center of attraction for the countries around the world since ancient and medieval age. Question 3. Which administrative improvement did Governor General Lord Cornwallis make? The answer is Governor General Lord Cornwallis made the following administrative improvement. First, he started the civil services to ensure that the company got absolute power. Second, the restricted traders of the company from doing business and passed law against corruption in order to control it. Third, he separated the revenue department and the judiciary from one another. Fourth, he divided Bengal into 23 districts and appointed a collector for each district. He gave administrative and judicial power to this collector for each district. 14. The British rule created. Question 4. The British rule created atmosphere of mistrust in India. Explain this statement. The answer is foreign rule and foreign laws were the main factors that made Indian citizens dependent on other. Both factors strengthened the foundation of the British Empire in India. Various British systems had spread poverty, unemployment, and starvation in India. Rural economy was totally destroyed. There were innumerable problems in cities. The British used foreign policies against Indian without any inhabitation. As a result, feeling of mistrust for the British rule had arisen among people. Indian scholars and intelligent people opposed the British rule aggressively. Question 8. Write short notes. First, the Battle of Buxar. The answer is the Battle of Buxar was fought on 22nd October 1764. The Nawab of Bengal, Mir Qasim, the Nawab of Awadh, and the Nawab of Bengal, Mir Qasim, the Nawab of Awadh, and the Mughal Emperor planned to expel the British and their army from India. The army of these three consisted of about 15,000 soldiers, while the air company's army was of 72 soldiers. The Battle of Buxar, October 22nd, 1764, was fought between the joint armies of these three rulers and the British army under the leadership of Major Munro. In spite of this, the joint armies were defeated and the British were victorious, so there was no one to challenge the British, who had defeated the three rulers together. As a result, the British gained civil rights of Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa. As a result of the Battle of Buxar, the dual system of government, Dvimukhi rule, came into existence. Question 2. Short note 2. Mysore War. The answer is in 1761 AD in South India, after the end of the Vijayanagar Empire, Mysore became the most powerful empire under the leadership of Emperor Hyder Ali. Hyder Ali trained soldiers in the European method and equipped them with arms. The British were concerned about Hyder Ali's rapidly growing power and authority. Consequently, the British fought 4 wars with the state of Mysore. The Mysore War, the first 2 battles were fought with Hyder Ali and the other 2 were fought with his powerful son Tipu Sultan. The first Mysore War ended without a result due to Hyder Ali's death in 1782 AD. The second Mysore War continued. Eventually, a treaty was signed between the two sides. Tipu Sultan was defeated in the third Mysore War and suffered heavy losses. Tipu Sultan died in the fourth Mysore War. Thus, the British overthrew a powerful ruler and consolidated their own empire. द ब्रिटिश हैंडेड ओवर द स्टेट ऑफ मैसूर टू द फॉर्मर वाडियर डायनेस्टी एंड अ सब्सिडरी अलायंसिस वॉज इम्पोज्ड ऑन इट। पेज नंबर 16 पे एक्टिविटी है, ठीक है। तो इसी के साथ इस वीडियो में ये चैप्टर यहीं पे ख़त्म होता है। अगर वीडियो पसंद आता है तो लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, और हाँ, इसकी पीडीएफ आपको टेलीग्राम चैनल पे मिल जाएगी, उसका लिंक मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में दे दिया है, और फर्स्ट पार्ट का भी लिंक मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में दे दिया है, वो आप चेक कर सकते हैं। थैंक यू।